let's look at geometric sequences. This is our general formula for it. And we'll just define them quickly on the side. A is the first term. Okay. First term, R is common ratio. So what it's changing by multiplicatively, so when we multiply. And N is the number of term we're on, so number term, or term number, it's probably a better way to put that. And then the Tn is the term value, so how much that specific term is worth. So these are term values they've given us in our question. They've said that the second term value is 15. So if we were to kind of draw this as a sequence, we have some number, then we have 15, then we have a third number, a fourth number, a fifth number, a sixth number, and then on the seventh number we're at 328. Really odd numbers, so our ratio is going to be probably something that's very, very odd. We're going to try to solve this using substitution to go about it. So we're going to build two equations out of it. So we have some information. We know one of the term values is 15. So 15 is equal to A is an unknown. We're going to say the ratio is unknown. The term number we know is the number 2. So 2 subtract 1. Okay, and in the other formula, we have 328 is equal to A is unknown. All common ratios unknown. And 7 subtract 1. Okay, and those are going to be simple to simplify. That's going to be 6. That's going to be 1. Okay, so when we do that, we got to isolate for one of the variables. So we have 15 is equal to A r to the power of 1, and 328 is equal to A r to the power of 6. I'm going to isolate for A. In order to do that, think of this like it's multiplying. Okay, and in order to move multiplication, I just divide on the other side. So I'll have 15 is equal to 15 over r. I don't really need the power of 1. Yeah. Is equal to our value of A. Isolate for A again. And on this side, it'll be 328 divided by r to the power of 6. So now we have A is equal to A. So think of it like I'm taking this and substituting in for that A. So we now have 15 over r is equal to 328 over r6. Okay, so we set them equal to each other. And we have equivalent fractions. One of the easiest way to get rid of it is to cross multiply. So we have 15 r6, or r to the power 6, is equal to 328 r. Okay, and when we go about doing this, we have very different values. We don't have common numbers. I guess the best way to do this again is to actually kind of reverse what we just did, because we need the r's on one side. So I'm going to bring this r to the other side, again by dividing. So we're going to end up with r over here. Okay? When we do that, we can reduce our r's. r to the power 6 over r to the power of 1. You just subtract your exponents. So we now have 15 times r to the power of 5. Okay? And again, I need to isolate for r. It's all equal to 328. So I got to divide by 15. So we kind of like did a whole bunch of extra division. Probably could have done that faster, but r to the power of 5 is equal to 328 over 15. Okay, and it's to the 5th power. So in order to move the 5th power over, the opposite of it would be the root of 5. Yeah, so r is equal to the 5th root of 328 over 15. This is probably going to be some very odd decimal value. Square root 328 divide 15. No, not square root. What am I talking about? 1.85. Is that what it ends up being? 1.85. You had your 5th root. How do I do the roots on this one? Second function? They're not quite. Another way you can do roots is actually this. 328 divided by 15. To the power of a fraction, and I'll just say 1 over 5. It's the same thing as doing the, I erased everything. 328, I need to erase everything again. 328 divide 15 to the power of 1 divided by 5. Yeah, 1.85. Yeah. So we're technically rounding when we do that. So we should keep this, okay?
Okay.
For the next thing in the substitution. I'm just going to look up. How complicated is that going to be when we put it in? When I go and put it in, we're going to have to use this decimal value anyways. Okay, we're going to have to use it anyways. I'll save it in the calculator. So now that we have one of the r values, we're going to plug it into one of the equations. And I'm going to plug it into this one because it's r to the power of 1. It'll be the easiest. So 15 is equal to, we have an a value, was it? Yeah. An a value, no, an r value. That's our r value. A is unknown. So a is unknown. And we plug in for r, our fifth root of 328 over 15. So this is some number. To isolate for a, oops, a little far, it's going to be 15 divided by that, the fifth root of 328. Now we use a really nasty ratio, but this is technically the process to do it. So our a value is going to be 15, and luckily I've already saved that number, divided by that number is equal to about 8.09. So again, our first term ends up being really, really nasty and probably better if we left as a fraction. But that would be the process of using substitution. We'll say 8.9. A is 8.1. Approximately 8.09 or 8.1, yeah. That is the process of going about doing it. Not the nicest process, mainly because we just made these numbers up, so they weren't great. But that would be the process for it.